What happened to Lucy Gray? Well, Lucy Gray became Snow White. That's what happened to Lucy Gray.
Who hates when I win. The winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Are you coming to the tree? So when it comes to Snow White, I mean, it does seem weird. You're playing Snow White, but you're not, totally white. But you know what? Who is totally white? There's a lot of peach people, a lot of pink people, a lot of orange, pink, and peach people. I've never seen literally a black or white person a day in my life. I'd probably shriek. I would shriek if I saw a black person, like black as night or white as a piece of paper. Lucy Gray. So Lucy Gray is Snow White and people are losing their shit. I can kind of understand it, but I kind of don't. I only understand it in some respects, Snow White, the original, wasn't a good fucking movie. She had mentioned something about Prince Charming was a stalker or some shit. He kind of was. But then I also once heard that's sort of how love is. You just kind of stalk the person until they fold. And so here's this guy right here. Jeremy has been making content hating on Snow White for 2 years. And it says he walked out of Snow White. He's been sitting there talking about Snow White for 2 years. And he bought a ticket. And he walked right on in there. Here's a lady right here saying how Gal Gadot can't act, she can't sing, she even had trouble just standing there. I'm cackling at this review of Gal Gadot's performance.
Alright, so I think that there is an irony of having Gadot play the evil queen, because that's a woman obsessed with beauty. And here's Gadot, where that's the only thing that she brings to the role. She can't act, she can't sing, she even has trouble just standing there. She is truly awful in the role. When you think about how many divas in Hollywood could have knocked this one out of the park, it is so disappointing that they cast Gadot in the role. And
in a way, maybe that's kind of perfect, because by casting this Zionist colonizer, I mean, you're going to hate her, right? You're going to hate her, you're going to hate her acting, you're going to hate everything about her, you're going to hate the person, the character, the actress. I mean, the wicked stepmother, she was just evil, right? Just straight up evil. So it's interesting, the irony, the colonizer, Gal Gadot plays a colonizer in the new Snow White movie, a role she played her whole life.
Stole it from him, from all of us.
You stole it from all of us.
And now we're here to take it back. This is my father.
I thought she was going to say something there, but apparently we don't get to hear what Gal Gadot was saying. So we get to see little tiny bits, here and there. This guy was underwhelmed. That's that one motherfucker said about that one content nuke online. I was so underwhelmed. How overwhelmed. Fucking Snow White. What the fuck? You know the basic gist, the basic story, right? Wicked stepmother kicks out the daughter who was more beautiful than her. She talks to a goddamn mirror. She stays with some dwarves to hide from the wicked mother. The wicked mother finds her, pretends to be an old woman, gives her an apple, tries to kill her. She is pushed off a cliff. Not really, not an action thriller, right? Not even a Sixth Sense, sort of. No twist. There's no real twist. It's just kind of I don't know, there's a lot of Disney that I like, but Snow White, I hate this Snow White voice, how she's la la la. Just, it's too high pitched and it's too ridiculous. I do like Rachel Zegler, and it sucks that she was being all, like overly passionate about that Like, you know, people will line up and they'll watch me. So even if I'm not perfect, Snow White and the 7 politically correct companions, they were politically correct companions. That's alright, you know. And then she's not waiting for her prince to save her. She's actually, her father had told her to stand up for herself, and so for her own inner strength to come in. So you know what, I am kind of curious about so many fucking haters. And why do people hate Hollywood at all? Like, an actress, she sings and dances, you know. You want her to sing and dance like the best singer and dancer ever in the universe of singing and dancing? I don't understand. Here's, at least, I saw a bunch of, you know, haters. But here's an article that was saying that, you know, they liked it. They liked it. So it's not all hatred, right? And hell, maybe hate just sells. Here's a guy, David Santa Carla. This is why Disney is about to lose $300 million because she's got a little bit of hair on her back. I mean, don't people have like hair all over their bodies? Are there people that actually don't have like any, not even tiny little hairs? You know why these little hairs, even the hairs on your arms? You got lanceolate. So the reason why you can feel a cool breeze is because of your hair follicles are attached to lanceolate. And so that's awesome, you know. You can feel what you touch. You can feel, you know, light touch. You can feel pressure. But you can even feel the breeze. I'm in the trees, I'm in the breeze, my footsteps on the ground. You can see my face in every place, but you can't catch me now. Here's Rachel Zegler, stunning as she pays homage to Adriana Castellotti, the original voice actress of Snow White. It's kind of funny because it's like she's trying to be like sultry, but then she's like, I'm just a regular fucking person. Give me a fucking break, you know? Shit. How was that, huh? How was that? And actually, this is kind of funny. How it feels to defend Rachel Zegler against a bunch of old men. May every tongue formed against Rachel Zegler fall. Free Palestine. She did mention about how the left is failing all of us or something, using a photo of Rachel in the dark to compare. There's another level of stupid. So, you know, a lot of fucking crazy shit. Here's a guy saying, hey, nobody is even in this theater. He probably showed up 30 fucking minutes early. Here's another guy, smug, bratty, fake, ungrateful. Is there a more repellent Hollywood representative ruining movies than Rachel Zegler? I think the hatred's overblown. You know, Rachel Zegler isn't the greatest human being ever. Like Lucy Gray, I like the mystery of the movie of, you know, Hunger Games. What happened to Lucy Gray? So, you know, that's intriguing. But she's an actress. She's just a regular person. She's not in government. She's not a governor. She's not a mayor. She's not a politician. There's so many Americans who don't even question their own, you know, politicians. There's 3 branches of government in local, state, and federal. They don't question a single one of those branches. Well, I just do whatever they tell me. But man, this damn actress, what the hell's wrong with her? It's almost like the people that hate Ethan Klein. It's like fucking shit. People just want to hate to be hating. And then after you've built a brand around being a fucking hateful, you know, hating piece of shit, then you want to try to say that there's, you know, some sort of loneliness epidemic. Maybe because you're a hateful, hating piece of shit. You ever think about that? You're a hate-filled, hating piece of shit. So, I'm in the trees, I'm in the breeze, my footstep. Here, let's take a look at this interview here.
Dreaming about true love. She's dreaming no longer 1937.
It's not going to be saved by
the prince. She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Fearless, fair, brave, and true. So if you could be fearless, fair, brave, and true, then, you know, she's not looking for the prince. I like all this stuff. What the fuck did people, you know, the original Snow White fucking sucked. The original Snow White sucked. You know? It wasn't Aladdin. It wasn't Cinderella. It wasn't Dumbo. It wasn't The Lion King. Snow White fucking sucked. For all you motherfuckers that's like, you're ruining the original. You know, I'm sure they could do another remake of it, you know, with other actresses and with a different fucking plot line, you know? But to sit there and be like...
The original cartoon came out in 1937.
1937, what, 90?
There's a
80 years
focus
ago?
on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. I watched it for the first time in probably 17 years. The cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power.
Yeah, no, she's right. And so the Snow White story needed to be updated the moment it was fucking created because it fucking sucked. And I hope that she didn't sing, you know, like the original Snow White with that stupid high-pitched la 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 la. And Snow White, she's too delicate, you know. You need some robustness, you know. Cinderella was like feminine, but you know, I feel like Cinderella would kick the shit out of Snow White. And then Jasmine would kick the shit out of Cinderella and Snow White put together. So, what am I trying to say? I'm not for sure. The Little Mermaid, it's another great classic. Snow White is none of these fucking movies, you know? It's not, you can't, you know, churn out a fucking perfect classic fucking movie every goddamn time. Are there even that good enough stories out there, right? You can only sort of dramatize. I mean, how many incredible stories? How come Disney never does revolutions? Disney needs to do the American Revolution, Cuban, Russian, the Chinese Revolution, the French Revolution, the Haitian Revolution. That's the movie I want to see. The Disney version of the Revolutionary Age. That's what I'd like to see. How would Disney do that? Because there's a lot of important people, you know? I'm in the trees, I'm in the breeze, my footsteps on the ground.
Let's see. Excuse me, your curtain. Please allow me to help.
Help? From you? Spare me, you white savior complex.
I didn't mean to offend. I just thought you should know that.
Jesus Christ.
Privileged white guy thinks his opinion matters? Get over your entitlement. I'm not some damsel in distress waiting for you to ride in on your high horse.
I'm really sorry. I was just trying to be kind.
Kind? If you want to be kind, disappear and take the patriarchy with you. Go away, stalker. You're weird. Weird.
My queen, you're the fairest, but no longer the most evil.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Snow White star Rachel Zegler, too dangerous to touch in Hollywood. People are fucking stupid, man. I wasn't familiar with your game, Rachel Zegler. She promoted free Palestine on social media. What? No, she did not. This is almost the perfect movie because, you know, it almost seems like who does America want to win, right? If the Palestinian is Snow White and the Israeli is the evil person, then, you know, I don't know. I almost want to just go to see Snow White as a political protest, just as a political, you know, thing to do. To let the world know that even if the movie's awful, I support Rachel Zegler and her Palestinian views. You know what I'm saying? Do you know? Let's see. Do we want to read any of this article? New live action remake. It's over a decade. Tomorrowland. Disney's latest tentpole movie strategy. Lucrative Alice in Wonderland. Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin, The Lion King. All individually grossed over $1 billion worldwide. There's another Beauty and the Beast remake and Alice in Wonderland. That's interesting. And Aladdin? What are you talking about? There's a new Aladdin that's out there. Live action animated. Huh. Mulan and Dumbo, they flops, unfavorable straight to streaming releases like Pinocchio and Lady and the Tramp. The underwhelming box performance of The Little Mermaid 2023. I mean, when have these things come out? Like, they have not advertised this very, very good. And really, they could do all those again, you know. You didn't like that version? Well, keep on throwing out a version until people like it. Mark Webb directed it, best known for 500 Days of Summer and The Amazing Spider-Man. That's a good one. Snow White 2025 is, as you would expect, a modern reimagining of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves 1937. Aaron Cressida Wilson's rewrite of her Frankenstein monster of a screenplay chooses to expand the story in mostly predictable ways. Chased out of her kingdom by her stepmother, the evil queen, Princess Snow White, is given shelter, companionship by 7 dwarves of the enchanted forest, inspired to free her kingdom from the evil queen's tyranny. Snow White joins a rebel group led by Jonathan and soon finds her true belonging. This is arguably a more interesting case for Snow White to be retold more than most classics in Disney's IP vault. Though groundbreaking, the original animated film is light on character, plot, and emotion. It was the first, but not necessarily the best. Whether or not that's something audiences need is a different discussion. Snow White, more often than not, has its heart in the right place. The problem is that it doesn't successfully execute any of its oeuvre of half-baked ideas. Snow White as a rebellion hero is fun on paper, but the live-action remake doesn't engage enough with the transformation or mine it for proper character drama. It just expects you to connect the dots. Rachel Zegler, West Side Story, Hunger Games manages to inject the movie with an impressive amount of energy nonetheless. Despite all that is working against her, Zegler shines in a way that feels effortless. Her eyes are expressively large to sell you on mediocre emotional beats, and her vocal performance enhances even the clunkiest lyrics. Let's see. Her endless charisma convincingly positions Snow White as a strong, pure-of-heart leader, even when the script isn't pulling the same weight. The titular princess simply pops from the screen. Gal Gadot may have turned in her worst performance to date. Gadot is woefully miscast. They destroyed her Hollywood star. I mean, haven't the fucking Israelis took enough ground? Now they want to take the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They want to keep on taking land that isn't theirs. Gal Gadot's take on the evil queen is deeply uncalibrated, either giving us too much or too little energy, fluctuating from scene to scene. Additionally, her villain song, All Is Fair, is somewhat fun lyrically, yet it feels like it was written for a vocalist of a higher caliber. She's got an uphill battle. Aesthetically, Snow White is disastrous. The styling and costuming are a huge mistake, translating the designs from the original movie to literally in a way that looks appealingly cheap for a blockbuster. The dwarves are CG animated with an uncanny amount of facial detail and exaggerated features that misguidedly feel more offensive than you would imagine it to be in hire actors with dwarfism. Once again, the visuals of these Disney's live-action remakes fail to recapture the beauty or even spookiness in Snow White's case of the source material. It's not without its moments. The Whistle While You Work musical number, princess problems, Unfortunately, if you take away Rachel Zegler, Snow White doesn't have much to offer. It's a clumsy, poorly conceived, and cynical movie underneath her hard-on-sleeve performance. It's a shame it's become the center of an internet culture war. Yet it's possible to defend the people caught in the crossfire while also criticizing the soullessness of Disney's factory line film production, chewing and spitting out promising talent and millions of dollars to fetishize their IP. Zegler has had an unfortunate streak of projects and problematic co-stars, but she's proven herself to be a beacon of light. Through Snow White, she makes the best of tiresome material and transformed the film into a showcase of her movie star talent. 2 out of 5 stars. I thought this was a positive review. Oh, it's just saying that she shines, but it's not saying that it was a good movie. Oh, okay, so not a positive review of the movie. What about, I've never seen her West Side Story. I wonder how her West Side Story turned out. But you forget, I'm in America. But you forget, I'm in America. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody does. Why doesn't anybody understand? Nobody understands. DiscussingFilm.net, framing the magic of West Side Story. Do I want to even scroll through? No, I don't. I don't even want to scroll through this. That's it. Well, also make sure you take a look at left-wing communism and infantile disorder. Thank you.